We'll start with the T-Roc.
Definitely on spot for the ladies. First of all, it's a classical Volkswagen, so it's safe, has the highest quality standards, and it's definitely fun to drive. We are actually looking into the next total cost of ownership initiative. So we are planning by mid-year to do a next price reduction. Electric vehicles, my topic.
Those are my 10 questions.
Really?
Yeah.
But that was easy.
Namaste. Okay, so we'll start with the T-Roc.
Mm-hmm.
What are the T-Roc prospects driving right now?
So actually, it's the heart is 35 to 45 years old.
Okay.
It's the pretty well-educated people.
Okay.
We actually have our first analytics already. I can therefore tell you real numbers. It's a pretty high average sales income.
Okay.
Yeah, so very interesting. But the most interesting bit is a lot of female.
Okay.
So because the car is a little bit more fancy,
Yeah.
you know, with the colors, with the chrome, it's much more shiny, much more visible, much more confident for a Volkswagen. You know, normally we are pretty understated cars.
Yeah.
No? But in this case, we really took a little bit more an aggressive line. And this seems to be, from a compact, from a size, from a packaging, definitely on spot for the ladies. So that's a very good sign.
And why just 1,000 units to begin with?
The government took a good decision, from my point of view, to allow manufacturers to import 2,500 cars without local homologation. That means you can save substantial cost and you can test. Yeah? And therefore, and it was fast. You know, we at Volkswagen, we are not seen as the fastest. Yeah? So this is a monster. And to get this all done, P&C and so on, was in the time frame not viable. So we said, okay, let's go this route, test it. And to be honest, it's really running fine.
And why no diesel?
That's a pretty complicated question, actually. What we saw that in the smaller categories, so compact SUVs, the hatches and so on, the diesel part was continuously shrinking. Okay. So I'm going to give you some numbers. About 3 years ago when I came, we had 60% of our Polos were TDIs. Mm-hmm. Now, end of 2019, only 11% were TDIs. And these we had to push, because we had to take some portion of these cars because we are locally manufacturing the 1.5 liter TDI. So we see a clearly shift over to petrol in these smaller categories.
Okay.
When it comes to the bigger cars like the Allspace and the Tiguan and the Passat, I already said at the press conference of Tiguan Allspace, we initially go with TSI, and then we have to see whether we have to add an TDI on top.
Okay. And tell us 5 things about the T-Roc that people would look forward to or will enjoy once they buy the car.
So first of all, it's a classical Volkswagen, so it's safe, has the highest quality standards, and it's definitely fun to drive. Secondly, I think they will just love the look of the vehicle, so they will be looked as differently when you see the vehicle, the second one. The third one, it's fully packed with technology, so you have the digital cockpit, you have our vConnect Go solution in the vehicle, you have a panoramic sunroof, you have the paddle shifts, DSG transmission. So you have a lot of comfort and convenience in the vehicle. Fourth, you have a lot of package, so the vehicle is nice and spacey, so you can go with your family. And fifth, with the TSI technology on board, you have power on the one side, nice torque, but at the same time a very efficient solution.
Will the Passat, now we'll move away from the T-Roc, will the Passat make a comeback?
Sure, it's part of our portfolio. We just have a little gap because of the Bharat Stage 6 change. As a logical consequence, what our strategy so far was TSI.
Okay.
So we are looking into this also as a solution. Because for us, you know, we are selling predominantly in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. Yeah, and there the distance a normal commuter is driving is not more than 10 to 15 kilometers. Right. And he's therefore annually not driving a lot. And there the business case for TSI is always there. So if you look at our sister brand, they were selling 70% on TSI, on the Superb.
And what about the fourth SUV Salute that you've been showing?
Yeah.
Tell us something about that, if not.
Yeah, well, we announced to launch 4 new SUVs. So the first 3 ones you already saw, yes. Tiguan, Tiguan, Allspace and T-Roc. Yeah. And the fourth is a surprise.
So we know that it is smaller than the Tiguan. That we know.
It's not.
So it's not going to sit under the Okay. So
This I can tell you, right?
Oh, okay. So maybe, okay. So,
But it's exactly what we wanted, that you speculate.
okay. Interesting initiatives that we can see in the after sales as part of 2.0.
So I think then we have to extend the interview for another 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
But I give you. We are doing a lot in this area. So on the fundamental of our strategy is the competitive set of total cost of ownership. Yeah. So that was one of the major reasons, the rejections reasons for Volkswagen. So we are doing extensive work on this. So we are factually changing the cost. So we changed 15% reduced our parts prices. We had standardized the 4-year warranty, 4-year roadside assistance, and the 3 free services. The latest action, what we did is we offer now a so-called Volkswagen Assist, which is basically small repairs can be done at your home.
Okay.
So if you want to do an oil change, they can do an oil change at your home. Yeah, so they are equipped with all technology, and they drive into your place and they fix it there. We have now launched the mobile service vans, which are bigger trucks, which have the complete set of service available. So for remote locations, we can send this there. We are actually looking into the next total cost of ownership initiative. So we are planning by mid-year to do a next price reduction. Yeah, okay. So with this we will be very, very competitive. Yeah, so complete spot off in India. And the only thing what we need to do, and that is the reason why we talk also, because I want to utilize you, is we need to change the perception.
Right.
And everybody who experiences fantastic service today, only 1% of our cars are not fixed first time. So 99% of our customers coming to the workshop get their cars fixed correctly and they're going out. So the processes, the way how our people work is all state of the art. What we need to make sure that the customers understand that there's value, and secondly that we're definitely competitive. That is a process which takes time, but we are seeing slowly but steadily that the reasons for rejections are going down. But still we have a lot of work there.
And this is a politically correct question to ask, so what about EVs?
Electric vehicles, my topic. Well, you know that Volkswagen is heavily investing, no? So we as a brand, we invest 11 billion, totally 33 billion into electrification. So that's our solution. Perhaps a little bit political answer also. We signed the Paris Climate Agreement in 2015, and we want to be carbon neutral by 2050. So, and we believe the only solution, technical solution to achieve this is electrification. So we as a company are completely determined into this route. We are going to produce this all over around the world. But when it comes to India, we have to do some homework still. Okay. We as an entire ecosystem, that doesn't mean only us. I think we have not the stability on electric. We have a lot of dependence on fossil energy providers like coal. 75% of energy today is provided by coal in India. The charging stations are not available. There's a lot to be done. And at the same time, you have a customer who is prepared to buy. 85% of Indian customers want to purchase an electrified cars, but 100% say, I'm not prepared to pay more. Okay. So, and there the business case needs to fit. And this in totally with the infrastructure, there's some room for development necessary. But is it coming? If you ask me, yes, it's coming. I'm 100% sure. Okay. Are we going to provide it sooner or later? Yes. We have to see the situation, but there's still some room for improvement.
And now to the topic that I really like. What about IC engines? Are you gonna start producing? What is the future for IC engines in India in terms of production? What you're going to see mainstay for all your products across, from Polos to...
So India 2.0 is all about India. So the priority was not to export or something. It was about growing our portion in the Indian market. And there's only one solution in India. First of all, getting the right product, obviously, but the second one is localization. And we're currently cruising around 80% localization, and we want to go up, or we already have it achieved, to more than 93%. And this is only possible by localizing engine. So we will localize the 1.0 liter TSI engine. So this is the majority of our engines we are going to sell in India. This is the first engine. You know, we cannot do everything at one step. Right. So this is the biggest chunk we're going to sell is 1.0 liter engine. You know that the Taygun will be also equipped with a 1.5 liter TSI. this will be then the second step. But the core volume will be on 1.0 liter. Gearboxes, we already launched the 6-speed manual transmission on our Polo and our Vento.
That is made here. Would you consider making DSGs also here now?
The Polo right now is not with a DSG, it's with an AT.
Yeah.
Yeah. But currently that's not the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but let's really see it step by step. The only solution to be successful in India is localization.
Yeah.
And this we have to look and see. But there's also some technology bits which you are not having available, so that doesn't make it so easy to do so.
Those are my 10 questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.